Hello guys, welcome to Crown Smart. In this video we're going to be talking about limits of a function. Okay, here are nice examples we want to solve, but before we solve this example, let me explain what a limit is. Now, given a function f of x, let's say given a function f of x, now we say the limit of this function, means the way this function f of x behaves as x tends to a point a. Okay, so the way the function tends to behave as x tends towards a point, or as x approaches what, a value or a point a. Let's say this is a graph. Okay, now let's maybe call this curve f of x. Now let's say this is a and the value of x keeps approaching a. Now if the value of x keeps approaching a, we observe that maybe this function may be moving in this direction, heading towards a value, or simply moving in the other direction. So it's the way the function behaves as x tends towards a point. Okay, so now we are going to solve the examples here. Now the first one we have here is that the limit of this function as x tends to 2. Now we are going to solve this by limits by substitution. So we are going to substitute the value of 2 into this function to get the limit of this function. So what we are going to do first, the first one here is the limits of 2x squared minus 3x plus 1, okay, as x tends to 2, sorry. So we're going to substitute this value of 2 to this function. So we have this is equal to 2 into 2 square minus 3 times 2 plus 1. So this is equal to 2 raised to the power of 2 is what? 4. So 2 times 4 is what? 8 minus, now this is minus 3 times 2 gives us what? Minus 6 plus 1. So our final answer is 8 minus 6 is 2 plus 1. This is equal to what? 3. So that is our limit. So the limit of this function as x tends to 2 is equal to what? 3. Now the next one we are going to solve is the b part, which says the limit as of the function as x tends to what? 2. Now we're going to substitute this value there. We're going to substitute this. So we have the limit of 4 minus x squared all over 2 minus x as x tends to what? 2. Now substituting this value of 2, remember limit by substitution. So we have this as 4 minus what? 2 all square all over 2 minus 2. So we have this as 4 minus 4 all over 2 minus 2. Now what do we have here? We have this gives us 0 over what? 0. Now observe that we have 0 over 0, which is an indeterminate case. Okay, now indeterminate case is when you have 0 over 0 or you have infinity over what? Infinity. But in this case we have what? 0 over 0. Now what we are going to do is we are going to factorize this function. We are going to see if we can simplify this function or factorize it. Okay, so what we are going to do is observe that 4 minus x squared is equal to 2 square minus x square. Now what is 2 square minus x square? This is difference of 2 square. Now recall that a square minus b square is equal to a plus b, okay, a minus b. So this is called difference of what? 2 square. So we're going to apply this rule here. So this is going to give us 2 plus x, 2 minus x. Okay, so this is difference of 2 square. So we're going to apply there. So therefore the limit as 4 minus x squared over 2 minus x is equal to, okay, this is 2 plus x 2 minus x all over 2 minus x. Sorry, here I'm supposed to put the limit. This is the limit as x tends to 2, x tends to 2. Okay, so this cancel this and we are left with what? The limit as what? the limit of the function 2 plus x as x tends to what? 2. So now evaluating this limit by substitution, we have that this will now be equal to 2 plus what? 2 plus 2, which is equal to what? 4. So that is the limit of the function. Therefore, the limit of the function 4 minus x squared all over 2 minus x as x tends to 2 is equal to what? 4. What this means is when you keep putting the value of x, okay, as x tends to 2, that is, let's say this is 2, this is x, okay. So when you keep evaluating the values of x, putting all those possible values of x inside this function, inside this, okay, putting all those possible values of x as x is approaching 2, okay, then we observe that this function, the value we'll be getting will be approaching what? 4. That is the limit of this function will be getting to what? 4, to be approaching what? 4. Okay, so we can try that. Okay, now the next one, okay, is the last one, which says the limit of the square root of x squared plus 16 minus 4 all over what? X squared as x tends to what? 0. So we are going to do this by substitution. So this is equal to, anywhere I see x I put 0, so this is 0 squared plus 16 minus 4 all over what? 0 squared. Now this is equal to root 16 minus 4 all over what? 0. Okay, don't just divide this by, don't just assume that this over 0 is what? Undefined yet. Let's see what we can get from up here. So square root of 16 is 4, so 4 minus 4 all over 0, this is equal to 0 over what? 0. So this is an indeterminate what? Case. So here we are going to what? Factorize. We are going to what? Factorize. So factorizing this, now we're going to simplify it actually, not just factorizing it, but we're going to simplify it. So what we are going to do here is, now this function, now let's bring out this function first, plus 16 minus 4 all over what? X squared. Now the conjugate of the numerator here is what? I'll multiply this function by the conjugate of this numerator. So I'll multiply both the up and down by the conjugate of what? This numerator. So what I have here is I have here as root x squared plus 16 plus 4 all over root x squared plus 16 plus what? 4. Now when I say conjugate, I just mean change of sign. Okay, so if you have x plus root 2, the conjugate of this is simply changing the sign here, so this will become x minus what? Root 2. So that's just a simple way of saying I'm defining conjugate. So now the reason I'm doing this is that it doesn't change anything, because this cancel this is what? 1. So 1 times this still maintains the question, so it doesn't change anything. So here now I'm going to have that. Now observe that this numerator look alike. Okay, it looks like our difference of 2 square, where we have this place, when you have something like this, a plus b times a minus b, which is equal to a square minus what? B square. So we are having this times this, and this under times this under. So these two what? Looks alike, like difference of 2 square. So we are going to apply that rule here. So what we have here is we're going to have root x squared plus 16, okay, all square minus, okay, 4 all square. That's how we solve for that up part, because this place and this place are the same, here and here are the same. The only difference is what? The sign, and they are multiplying themselves. Okay, all over we have x squared times root x squared plus 16 plus what? 4. So what we are going to do here now, remember this square will cancel out this square root, so we are left with what? X squared plus 16 minus, now 4 square is what? 16 all over what? X squared times root x squared plus 16 plus 4. Okay, so here now 16 minus 16 will give us what? 0. So we are left with what? X squared all over x squared times x squared plus 16 plus 4. So this cancel this, so we are left with what? 1 all over square root of what? X squared plus what? 16 plus 4. Okay, so we have simplified the function to this level. So therefore we have that the limit as x tends to 0 of the function square root of x squared plus 16 minus 4 all over x squared is equal to the limit as x tends to 0 of the function 1 over the square root of x squared plus 16 plus what? 4. So this is the same thing as this. We just only simplify this to look like this. Okay, so now we can now take our limits. We can now put the value of 0. This is equal to 1 all over. Now if you put 0 here, this becomes 0 square, and 0 square is 0. 0 plus 16 is 16, so this becomes square root of 16 plus 4, which is equal to 1 all over square root of 16 is what? 4. So we have 4 plus 4 is equal to 1 over what? 8, and that is the limit of the what? Of the function. So the limit of this function is simply what? 1 over 8. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please do not forget to subscribe. Thank you.